Nobody's life is entirely free of pain and sorrow. Isn't it a question of learning to live with the pain and sorrow rather than trying to avoid it? The greater part of human pain is unnecessary. It is self-created as long as your unobserved mind is allowed to run your life. The pain that you create now is always some form of non-acceptance. It is some form of resistance to what actually already exists. On the level of thought, the resistance you have is a form of judgment. On the emotional level, it is a form of negativity. The intensity of your pain depends on the degree to which you resist the present moment. And this, in turn, depends on how strongly you are identified with your own mind. The mind always seeks to deny the now and to escape from it. In other words, the more you identify with your thoughts, the more you will suffer. Or you could put it like this: the more that you are able to honor and accept what is right here and right now, the more you will be free of pain and suffering. Why does the mind habitually deny the present moment? Because the mind cannot function and remain in control without time, which is past and future. So it perceives the timeless now as a threat. Imagine that the earth was devoid of human life, inhabited only by plants and animals. Would it still have a past and a future? Could we still speak of time in any meaningful way? The question, what time is it? Or what's the date today? If anybody were to ask, these things would be quite meaningless. The oak tree or the eagle would be bemused by such a question. What time, they would ask? Well, of course it is now. The time is now. What else is there? Yes, we need the mind as well as time to function in the world that we have created for ourselves. But there comes a point where the mind and time have taken over our lives, and this is where dysfunction, pain, and sorrow set in. The mind, to ensure that it remains in control, seeks continuously to cover up the present moment with thoughts of the past and future. And so, as the vitality and infinite creative potential of being, which is being here inseparable from the now moment, becomes covered up by your concept of time, your true nature becomes obscured. It becomes a prisoner to the mind. An increasingly heavy burden of time has been accumulating in the human mind, and all individuals are suffering under this burden. But they keep adding to it every moment when they ignore or deny that precious moment or reduce it to a means of getting to some future moment which only exists in the mind, never in actuality. In actuality, all that there ever is now. In actuality, the past is gone and the future does not exist. The accumulation of time in the collective, as well as in the individual human mind, holds a vast amount of residual pain from the past. If you no longer want to create pain for yourself and others, if you no longer want to add to the residual past pain that still lives on inside of you, then don't create any more time. Or at least no more than is necessary to deal with the practical aspects of your life. How do we stop creating time? Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make now the primary focus in your life. Whereas before, you have concerned yourself in time and paid brief visits to this present moment. I want you to find your dwelling place. Make this your home in the now moment.